Well, hi everybody. I got something interesting today to show you. Near my house, not too far from my house, is this huge Asian shopping center. And they got restaurants, they got a big grocery store, they got one of those sushi restaurants where it goes around on a little conveyor belt and whatever goes by and you want it, you just take it. You ever seen those? Anyway, so a couple of weeks ago I decided to walk by there and I came across this little store called Daiso. Daiso, Japan. Here's the receipt. And I looked into it and they kind of call themselves the Japanese dollar store. And I had never heard of this place. And I looked around and what I came across first was this little, this little shaving brush, this boar's hair shaving brush. So I was like, ooh, I wonder what else they have here. Do they have safety razors? Do they have razor blades? And I looked around and they didn't have any safety razors. They did have some razor blades, but they were just like normal ones you can buy anywhere, so I didn't get those. But I did find these razors right here. T-shape razor. Now, first of all, Daiso, I hope that's the way you pronounce it. They call themselves the Japanese dollar store. There's 5,000 of these places in Japan and 3,000 more around the world. So one might be opening up in your area soon. Anyway, so I found this. Everything here is $1.50. Everything you see was $1.50. And let's give it a try. Now it's in Japanese mostly. It's called the T-shape razor, adjustable, 3 blades, 2 razors, $1.50. So let's take one of these suckers out of here. They're very, it's budget. It's budget. It's nothing fancy. It's once again, if you're out on the town and you need to shave and you want a little pink strip, yeah, sure. Oh, let me see if I can make sure I can take the cap off and without breaking the head of the razor. Come on, gingerly, come on, get off of there. I'm trying to. The whole thing is flexing now as I do this. Ah, there we go. So yeah, we got a lubricating strip, 3 blades, and a very lightweight but semi-sturdy handle. All right, so there's that. And they didn't have any shaving soap, so I'm just going to use some Taylor of Old Bond Street when I use this little boar's hair brush. And then I found 2 more items that were kind of razors. Well, first, here you go, this one. Nose hair trimmers. Now, gentlemen, if you're not keeping up on keeping those nose hairs trimmed or your ear hairs or your eyebrows, please take my advice and do that. Do it starting early in life because you're just going to have to do it the rest of your life unless you want to look like, like Albert Einstein or some crazy, college professor with, the hair everywhere. Anyway, so we got nose hair trimmers, which actually I could have used earlier this week. I used the trimmer that I have, but it actually comes with 3 little nose hair trimmers and a tiny brush for cleaning out your nose hair trimmer. So here's what a trimmer looks like. Look at this. So it's just got a tiny little blade in there. And then there's a brush. Let me get the little tiny brush out so you can see. There we go. And a little cute brush so when you're done you can get all those. Or you can, maybe you could just brush your nose hairs if you really like them. Brush it down into a mustache. Please don't do that. Anyway, so we got nose hair trimmers. We'll try that in a minute. And then the final thing I got was razor with guard, eyebrow, and face foldable. So it's like a little shavette for suggesting ladies to trim little bits of hair that you don't like on your face. Let's open this up, see what it looks like. There are, how many you get in here? 2. You get 1 pink one and 1 white one. I'm going to take the white one out. No, it's kind of a grayish, dingy white. So here's what it looks like. It's very lightweight. All these are very lightweight, by the way. And you just pull it out and look at that. It's a shavette for just shaving your ets. If you've got a little bit of ear hair, you just kind of lightly take that off. I'm going to try this right now since I got it open. I'm going to trim some of the little eyebrow hairs, Now, this wouldn't be good for plucking, but it's good for, it seems fine for just doing this kind of stuff, which is kind of what you're doing. And you can use the brush from the other thing. Look at that. Dual use. And then when you're done, you just fold it up and put it back in your case or wherever you keep it. Let's see, what else we got? Let me see if I can do this over here. Now, no, I'm not going to try to shave my whole face with this, so don't even ask. If I did that, ooh, no, I'm not going to do that. But it's trimming. It's trimming little bits that I want to trim, sort of. Yeah, here we go. It's very sharp, so if you happen to buy one of these, look out. All right, so We got the nose hair trimmer. Let me just get that out of the way. You don't want to see that. And besides, I already did this earlier in the week, so I'm good to go. But if you wanted to, you would just kind of stick it in your nostril and then try not to scrape the inside of your head too much. And just, trim. This I wouldn't use, but, if you need to, it's good to have. Clean it out. And I'm definitely not going to try to shave my face with this, so don't even ask. This would be nigh on impossible. I wonder if you could get, like, ear hairs with this. Yeah, this one, because it's got little guards, seems a little bit safer than just the exposed blade on that one. See that? See, there's an eyebrow hair still on there. Okay, now we've trimmed, now we've brushed, and no, I'm not going to brush my teeth with this, so gross. All right. Whew, I'm sweating. Sorry, I just took a walk before this, and it's hot. Okay, I took a shower, I did my hair, and I'm going to try to lather up with this boar brush from Daiso, the Japanese dollar store. I've been letting it soak, and I kind of pulled at a bunch of the bristles because I knew it was going to lose bristles, so I just did this for a while under the water. There's another one. And I've been letting it soak in some hot water, and it doesn't smell. Sometimes you'll get a shaving brush brand new and it kind of stinks. This one doesn't. And it's got a wooden handle. It's not very high quality, but it's only $1.50. It's one of these things where you just got to stock up. You went to town, see the hair's already coming off. Here's another one. But it's okay. It's lathering. Make sure there's not too much water. This is the peppermint, which I haven't used in a while. It's good stuff. Taylor of Old Bond Street. Can't go wrong. All right. Now, I don't ever use boar hair. I like synthetics. I'm afraid this whole thing is just going to pop out here as I'm doing this. But it seems to be okay. Yeah, I prefer, badger and stuff. Boar always seemed a little too rough. And, it's the least expensive option, certainly, for shaving brushes because, it's a boar hair. It's not one of those fancy, purty, good-looking badgers you got to... Where do they get the fur for the brushes? Is it from their belly or something? Or from their tail? How do they do it? I don't know. What do I look like? A guy? I don't know. I almost said something. I always do the joke. What am I, a meteorologist? But I actually said some other kind of ologist, or almost did. Okay, let's try this. Safe for work, don't worry. Here we go. We got the little, what do they call this thing again? The T-shape razor, adjustable 3 blades. The T-shape from Daiso. All right, let's see how this little thing works. It feels very mild. Like I'm really gonna have to push to shave, but maybe it's working. Maybe it's working better than I think. It just feels like it's not doing anything. But I can imagine, say you go to somewhere in Japan and your luggage is late and you got to go to your little tiny capsule hotel. My kids were showing me these videos of these Japanese capsule hotels where it's just, room enough for you to lay down in the room. That's it. You know what I'm talking about? Fascinating. Anyway, you get to your capsule hotel, you realize, dang it, all my toiletries are in my bag. And then you remember, well, when I was walking here, actually, you remember, you look on your phone and you just watched the Sinatra Lennon video where he uses some stuff from Daiso. And you think, wait a minute, I'm in Japan. Maybe there's a Daiso near me. So you pull out your little phone and you find out there is one right next door. So you go next door. Now, there wasn't any shaving cream at mine, but you could buy soap and just lather up if you wanted to. But I bet others have different products. And maybe mine was just, out of shaving cream that day. Anyway, go next door, get yourself this, and it'll tide you over. It'll do just fine. It will work. You can make it work, right? Right. And you get 2 of them, so, you can share it. Knock on the wall of your capsule and see if the guy next to you needs one. Pardon me, do you need a razor? Maybe don't do that. Maybe just keep to yourself. You want to make a good impression your first time in Japan. How do I know it's your first time? I just know. I've never been to Japan. I think it'd be fascinating to go. I think it would be fascinating. I wonder if it would be overwhelming, like going to someplace like Tokyo. Let me know if you've ever been there, what it's like, what your experience was. If you're a Westerner that's visited Japan. All right, let's give a rinse and we'll feel and see how this thing did so far. Very passable, It's fine. It's certainly not super smooth, but it would do, just to get out of your capsule hotel and start sightseeing. All right, let's lather up and do a second pass, if I can hold this thing. I might need some more something. I might need a lot more something. More water? Do I need, or is it just, I'm not used to leaving streaks when I brush, because all my brushes are a little bit smoother. These are very coarse whiskers, these bristles. So they're leaving streaks on my face that I'm not used to. But it's doing it all right. It's doing an all right job for $1.50. All right. Oh, I love the smell of peppermint in the morning. It smells like shaving victory. All right. We're going to do 2 passes and then maybe a little touch up at the end. We'll see. See how it goes. Maybe I will try to... now that some of the whiskers are gone. That could even work. If they were out of the T-shaped razor adjustable 3 blades 2 razors, you'd get that thing. I mean, if you had to, if you were forced to, you can make it work, right? Make it work. Sound like Tim Gunn on Project Runway. Oh, the hours I spent with my wife watching Project Runway back in the old days. She was worked in fashion for a long time. Costumes, sewing. It was good. I don't watch it anymore, but it was good for the time. All right. It's not doing too bad. This thing, it's rare that I find a razor that is just terrible, right? Like, just won't work at all. Even the cheapest ones you can get, they'll still work. I mean, that's what they're designed to do. It's not, unless like it was that Dollar Tree. Was it Dollar Tree I went to? Where it just broke, like the safety razor, but But when it comes to these, they pretty much got it down. You can kind of buy them without worrying that, you're going to be able to shave. Wonder what the cheapest cheapest safety razor is. I might need to look into that. Like something that costs like 25 cents for a safety razor. Go down to the Dollar Tree and go to the clearance section. Oh, you don't want to do that. Create a singularity. You'll get sucked into it like a black hole, and who knows where you'll pop out. Maybe a Marshall's or a TJ Maxx or a Pier 1. Heaven forfend. I hated that place when I was a kid. So much wicker. So much wicker. I've still got nightmares about the wicker. You always used to get dragged there by your mom in the 80s. We're going to Pier 1. That's not what my mom sounds like. No, I don't want to go to Pier 1. I want to go to the mall and hang out with my friends. Okay. Let's rinse off. I just kind of did a once over, afterwards. Final pass. So, if you've never heard of it, like I never had, let me wash this off and see how it looks post-shave. See if there's any hair left. There's plenty down here in the sink, I'll tell you. Let's see. It ain't the prettiest brush in the world. But it got the job done. Oh, all right. Let's wash off. I washed off, dry off. Get wet again, dry off again. Shave 3 more times now. I'm just kidding. I'm just going to put this on just because it's here. They didn't have any aftershave either at the Daiso. So I'm going to go put in a comment at the Daiso in the suggestion box. Please carry more interesting, weird shave items. Love, your local YouTube wet shaver. Sumatra Linen. All right, well, that's it. So interesting stuff here. Nose hair trimmers and shaving brushes. All Japanese and cool and stuff. Look at these. I love the little graphics on here. It's so strange. I wish I could read that. I guess I could take out Google Translate, but I'm not going to do that. Anyway, so there you go. There's the Japanese dollar store shave from Daiso. Thank you, Daiso. I bought it myself. But thank you anyway for existing. And thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. I read every single one of them. All right, have a great week, and I'll see you all soon.